wrong with right-hand drive. It poses safety concern and air pollution. They are distracting to other motorists. How distracting? When you are driving, facing an oncoming vehicle, mostly consciously or unconsciously, the driver will want to see the other driver in the vehicle. But when you look, swift look, you will note that there is no driver on the steering wheel, where the steering wheel should be, i.e. the left-hand side of the vehicle. Then it will cause you to look deeper into the vehicle and see the driver on the other side of the vehicle. That's called distraction. So when moving, vehicle moving in opposite direction, drivers consciously or unconsciously want to see the next driver in the other vehicle. So it causes distraction to other motorists. These cars are not designed for our roads and thus pose a greater safety risk in this country than the left-hand drive vehicle. The driver's eye contact with oncoming and other drivers is also impaired if he or she is seated on the wrong side of the vehicle. I have a few cases here of pictures of accident cases of right-hand drive vehicle. This accident was caused by overtaking. When you are using right-hand drive vehicle, it's difficult for you to overtake because you are not seeing the oncoming vehicle, except if you have the passenger to ask, please look on the other side for me if there is a vehicle coming. Because you are at the extreme corner, you are not able to have a clear view of the road. So this accident was caused by overtaking, killed 77 people and several seriously injured. And the most recent case was 17. It was not caused by overtaking but drinking and driving. Then I have a photo here of a truck fully loaded, overloading, right-hand drive. Then, because of all this, we've invoked the section 73 of the Traffic Regulation 2011, which the ministers have just stated, that no motor vehicle shall be registered, used or allowed to be used if the steering apparatus of the motor vehicle is fitted on the right-hand side of the vehicle. Purchasers, these vehicles present a greater risk on our roads. Be aware. This one, we are going to effect it to the letter. So it behoves all of us to tell our relatives that this law is going to be effective. There is no backward, forward, no in and out of it. We are going to pursue it to the end because it's for our own lives. We know that the left-hand vehicles too are causing accidents, but we want to address this so that we'll have a clear view on what our traffic is and try to address our traffic situation, rather than some of us trying to deviate, our traffic to something else. Our traffic is not designed for right-hand drive vehicles. Our traffic is designed to use left-hand drive vehicles. I thank you.
The permanent secretary is also with us here, which means as I open the question and answer session, if some of the questions may not be answered here because of time, you can always feel free to go to the Transport Ministry or the Office of Government Spokesman who will endeavor to respond. Now it's time for question and answer session.
Elijalo, and I work with Concept Multimedia, and I'm also a freelance journalist both in the States and also in Sierra Leone. Presently, I'm asking the question because even today I engaged some of the drivers, and one driver was telling me today that he was a brother of him borrowed him the car, and for him to pay back in less than in 6 months' time. Now the question will be, if I have already been given a car for rent, for driving the main street of Freetown, which has been licensed, and I'm supposed to pay someone 4 million or 5 million leaves, and it happens to be you've given in 12 months' time, according to you, and I did not be able to meet that deadline, don't you think that will cause a problem wherein those people will be taken to court, and there will be a series of problems? And the other issue is, why now? Because people are saying, why now? If they know people who are dying, people who are, this was a problem, why now? Why is it now? Why did the ministry think that this is important now? Thank you.
Problem. And now we are going to ban Latin people. I don't know if the ministry are putting modalities in place for transport.
The question is for the Minister of Transport and Aviation. People are arguing out there that it is as a result of the latent nature of the SLRA that resulted to the collapsing of the Kenya Bridge.
Allow people coming into the country, if there's a possibility of converting this right-hand driving to left-hand driving, if there is the possibility, if you can allow that, I don't know how you see that.
My own question is with regards now banning, right-hand driving. Does this serve as a revitalization of improvement in terms of the traffic lighting system in this country?
Was on the program about 2 days ago, and he said that you are bringing this ban down, but I've invested in about 4 or 5 right-hand drive vehicles, and I'm going to lose my money. Well, the people of Sierra Leone are losing their lives. You are losing money. The law is not a respecter of persons. If you violate the law, you must suffer the consequences. So we have given 12 months. I think that is reasonable enough. In fact, some people are saying it's too much. But we don't think it is too much. We think that 12 months is reasonable enough. So if you have to pay for the car, just add to the debt the cost of changing it to left-hand drive. And then you continue to pay, you continue to be in business. The second question, and also he asked, why now? Why now? Well, you have a different minister who has the political will to work with the SLIT and to implement it. You see, I've always said during the last political campaigns that we have presidents who come, who occupy State House, they go to work every morning, go home in the evening, and they are only remembered for the period of time they are in office. They have no tangible results. President Koma has been there for 5 years, and look at what Sierra Leone has achieved. So, it's a different minister, a result-oriented minister who has the political will to do the right thing. That is why you are having it now. The second question is from Abibato of Awoko. She's talking about transportation problems. Yes, we have transportation problems. Why are you telling us that the majority of the transportation vehicles on the road are right-hand drive vehicles? If that is the case, then they still have another 12 months to change to left-hand drive. You just had the information that I was just given by the director of SLRT. If you are driving right-hand drive vehicle and you are dead right, and an approaching vehicle from the other side of the road is on the left side of the road, how do you see it? And you are overtaking. And most of our roads up in the provinces are not dual carriageways. They are two-lane roads, oncoming and the vehicle that is going forward. So it increases the risk of accidents. What if you are going to ask the passenger on your left whether a vehicle is coming and the passenger is sleeping? What do? And you are at top speed. Let us don't play with people's lives. This is a very serious issue, and we must take it seriously. Question 3 is from Alaji Koroma of the AUG, and he was talking about negligence of the SLI. Sorry, I'm not the Minister of Roads and Infrastructure. I'm the Minister of Transport and Aviation. It has to do with transportation, but it does not have to do with the maintenance of roads and bridges. That is SLIA and the Ministry of Infrastructure Works. I'm sure my colleague in that ministry, a dynamic minister also, will be able to address your question if you direct it to him. Question 4 was George from KSTV. Of course, he was asking about whether there is a possibility to convert the vehicles from right hand to left hand. I hear that Sierra Leoneans and Nigerians are also already looking into the possibility of importing the technology of converting from right to left. So any businessman who is worth his salt will be thinking about that right now, about investing in the technology to convert from right to left. Because just as the director said that we are determined, we are determined. We should not be proud of living in a country or being part of a country that say, let them pass the law no more. You're not going to walk. You're not going to walk. That is not the type of Sierra Leone that we have now. This is going to work. If after the 1st of September 2014, and I'm minister, you don't convert, you will park your vehicle in your yard. Because if you bring it into the streets, they will fine you such a hefty fine. The traffic wardens are already there. We will only increase the number and we'll have the money to pay them. But if you drive a right-hand drive vehicle after September 1st, 2014, you are issued with a ticket. Just as you are issued with a ticket if you violate the stop sign in America, or if you overspeed in America. In fact, even in Sierra Leone, I think overspeeding tickets should be introduced. We must restore sanity in this country if we are serious about governance and we are serious about the seriousness of our president, Dr. Anis Michael Omar, in governing this country. We must restore sanity. I'm serious about it. And the last question was for Saliu Sise, Sierra Leone Online. He was talking about the bearing of the RT, Road Transport Authority in relation to an effective licensing system. Traffic lights. Yes, that is on our agenda. If you listen to my address at the SLRTA retreat in Bo, when was that, Dr. Pedro? About 2 months ago. About 2 months ago, I highlighted 7 objectives that I would like to see implemented by the Sierra Leone Road Transport Authority for as long as our minister. And already we have achieved about 2 or 3 of them. We have introduced the toll-free line, 2244. We have opened a service center at the Key. And now we are implementing the ban on right-hand drive vehicles. The others are coming. And I would assure you that with the cooperation that I'm having from our dynamic director of the Road Transport Authority, who recently won an award at State House, a performance tracking award, I want to assure you that we will get there. Thank you.
Has been in existence, how long? And to the director, if this law has been in existence, do you agree that the system was not working at your authority?
Pinpoint on conversion, which is an automobile concern. This is a third world country. You allowed so many people to come in. And you've chopped the revenue. Now, what involves there is changing the steering and the dashboard, which will be difficult for us to get because we don't have function that will best.
Minister of Transport, don't you think that the notice is very short? Why can't you give them up till December 31st? And also,
before resolving to ban right-hand vehicles within the country, have you ever had any meeting or meetings with members or executive members of the Motor Drivers Union and other stakeholders? And if yes, what was their response, or what has their response been so far?
Because it's in the Act and the regulation. We are just being kind to, educate people on the essence of banning the use of right-hand drive. But it's in the Act, and even our traffic will tell you that right-hand drive is not for Sierra Leone. So now, because of the continuous linear increase in the trend of this right-hand drive vehicle, the use of this right-hand drive vehicle, that was what made us to make it a pronouncement, to bring it to the notice of the public that we are going to enforce. But since 1971, there was no need. After that, all the vehicles were left-hand drive vehicles. But gradually, because these vehicles are very cheap on the market out there, you think this is a dumping ground. Sierra Leone is not a dumping ground. We have our rules and regulations. We have laws binding all of us, and that's what we are trying to enforce. So it's not a new thing, though. The traffic regulation in 2001, 2011, tried to enforce it again. So we called, in fact, the drivers' union we are talking about, the motor drivers, the motor vehicle dealers, the garage owners, they were all parts of it. They were all parts of it. So together, we amend the Act. The Act was amended together with them. So they are fully aware. But in Sierra Leone, we like to take chances. And this time, there is no room for that. We want a decent country. We want to save more lives. And so this is just an opportunity we are giving you. It's a favor we are doing to the nation. But we can come tomorrow and say, this is what the country wants. And we all need to go by it. Or it's already in the Act. So that's answer that question.
By Alpha Cargo Weekly Express. He's saying that we are in the third world. This is a third world country. Sierra Leone is moving from that position. Don't you hear the pronouncements of President Anis Baikoma? And you still insist that we are a third world country? We are moving beyond that nomenclature. Please, it's not going to be difficult. Let's have the will as Sierra Leoneans. There's prosperity in this country. I've just told you we have billions of tons of iron ore on the ground. All we need is to transport it at a faster pace. And this country will be another Dubai or Kuwait. So please be optimistic. Thank you. Question 8, Benjamin Pratt of the Sierra Leone News Agency. He was saying that the time is too short, December 31st. If we say December 31st, we will have 2,000 or 5,000 right-hand drive cars here. But we've given them 2 weeks. From now, today is what? 15th? Yes, to September 1st. So, in fairness to Sierra Leoneans who might have already bought those cars, you can ship them in the next 2 weeks. They will be cleared and registered. But after the 1st of September, we are sorry. They will not be registered in conformity with the law. This is not violating any law, it is the law. It is only a matter of implementation. And then Princess Williams of AYB, that has been answered. Whether consultations, extensive consultations were held. Government is a continuous process. And I inherited something that has been going on. But as I said, maybe in the past, my predecessors did not have the political will to implement it. You see, as a politician, as long as you are popular with the majority. You can be unpopular with the minority. That is acceptable. Thank you.
I thank you very much, sir, and your team, Dr. Silabendo, your peers, and you colleagues in the 4th Estate for honoring our kind invitation. I therefore bring the podium down.